Hey everybody, welcome back to Starfyre Gaming. I am Sir Joseph, and this is episode 53 of our Let's Play Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. We just met that really cool old dude. About to leave when we stopped, and I noticed that everybody is almost exhausted. So we'll go ahead and get to the open map here, and then we'll rest and go play with our armies. And we got something up here. Let's do this first part first. Swindlers have started a rumor that the commander is a saint and gullible soldiers are now buying their charms that allegedly contain his hair, cut nails, and other holy relics. We'll have Woljiff with us. We can't do that one. "12 days on studying the Sword of Valor. I didn't realize I was studying the Sword of Valor. Oh, 5 days left on orders to Erebeth. We'll read these once we get a chance to do something, so we can do these two. Or the Swindlers. Oh, the Swindlers is a different one. Okay. Financing crusade costs is a costly process. The diplomatic corps has come up with new tricks to preserve the friendship of countries and nobilities sponsoring the commander's army. Okay, so there's that. Or parade in honor of Her Majesty will display respect the commander has towards Nerosia and its ruler. This sign of loyalty will appeal to Mendevian nobles and ensure their favor. Finance points income increase 10% for 30 days. This one we don't know what will happen. Only takes a day to resolve. The parade takes 7 days to resolve and is repeatable and comes available every 45 days. Let's do this one. Because it only takes a day. Now let's begin camping. Is it possible that if you were a little more polite to people, they would treat you differently too? Do not take this the wrong way, but being polite does not seem to have helped you much. People simply do not appreciate good manners. You know, food. Are we out of stuff for food? We must be out of our stuff for our food. Armies are moving. Oh, Grimwood, that's a big fortress over there. All right, let's go to our soldiers. Have them take out this army here. They have a demon commander. Let's... I got rid of the bugs. Ow. Lost 2 of me. That sucked. Ow. Wait so we can. Oh, what's this? A new. Oh, lay on hand self. Lost 3 of these guys and. Bonus attack. There they go. All right, we didn't lose anybody. That's good. What do we get? New morale banners. Victory over the Demon Lord army. Banner of victory stays green while you defeat demon armies. Each victory over demon army in the lands of those places adds 6 days to the virtue time and stays green. Banner of victories is yellow. Got 100 finance points. Oh, let's keep going this way. Found us another army. It's that Strength 4 army. What are these? Rift Drakes. Oh, that's terrible. Well, and then they move. There we go. Ooh, bonus attack. Looks like our infirmary is not full, so let's 4, 4, 28, 28, 6, 6. All right. Victory. The map is split into a number of regions. To capture a region, you must free all of the forts located in the region. You can construct buildings in the forts you have freed. Forts can be upgraded, thus increasing the number of squares available for construction. 60 energy points. Oh, and we're back to green, so that's good. Fort is a level 6 demon army. Takes us back. And we're out of movement. Let's check out some of these forts. What can we build in these forts? Oh, I think we got to go to this screen. There we go. Alright, can't build squat. But it increases our logistics and that sort of thing. And then they do other things. Watchtower. Vigilant watchmen can warn the garrison about advancing enemies and give their comrades time to prepare for battle. Watchtower provides all allied units within the fort of control +1 bonus to their AC saving throw. Okay, so they basically have mods. We can't build anything because we don't have enough of the resources necessary for it. And we have one less army out here. There's 3 demon armies floating around out in these areas. This one over here, which is a level 7. This guy's a level 7, and this guy's a level 6. All right. Let's go back to our party. Failed to sneak past the enemies.
Yet another obstacle.
We got spiders, ash giants, lots of ash giants, several spiders. Wow, they needed 2 to hit land. Okay.
Forward!
Come on. Let's just get this ball started.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Oh, come on. That's bunk.
I'll cut you wide open.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, come on!
Aborone Sende.
Into the fray!
We won't falter.
There we go. There's some hitting needed. Well,
No.
that spider's going to come after Nino. Nope, going after land.
You won't survive me.
Finish that spider off.
The spirits demand your blood.
Miss needing a 4.
Begone, fiend!
There we go.
The light take you!
Strike with all your might!
You should have listened to reason.
Endure this!
Good job, Lan.
I will help where I can.
Go. We need to loot. Great clubs or masterwork. There's the exit. Continue on down the road. These armies move. Someone's on the road.
What's that?
There's a trap over there.
Check that out.
There's a trap over there.
I hope you appreciate this.
What's that?
There's a trap over there.
Now, what is that?
Trap over there.
I am helpful, am I not? I am helpful, am I not?
You are helpful.
I hope you appreciate this.
I do, because you have been keeping us from getting blown up by these traps.
Let us be off.
Baphomet cultists. Hail, Baphomet! Hear our prayers. Accept this sacrifice, Baphomet. Curse you all. Praise be to Iamide. Is that Woljiff? It's him, the one who killed our brothers and sisters. Death to the killer. Die! is Woljiff. Woljiff raises from the stone throne and halts the sacrifice with a raised hand, the cultist holding the knife over the victim on the altar slope. Woljiff is wreathed in blue flame, and the demonic shadow rises up behind him. Easy now. We're all friends here. This is just a little misunderstanding. You thought you'd come across Crusaders, but they're big fans of our Lord Baphomet too. Woljiff turns to you, his right eye twitching, which you interpret as an attempt to wink discreetly. Ain't that right? Let's nod wordlessly. Woljiff's face lights up. Right, exactly. Pilgrims of the World Wound. Meet the finest member of our big family. Hey there, Chief. Long time no see. Why don't we hold off on the sacrifice for now? We need to drink to this happy meeting, am I right? Yeah, let's do that. Tie that one to the altar again. We'll get around to slaughtering it later. Cultist leader. The cultists exchange looks and whispers. The chief cultist lowers a knife. If the Crescent of the Abyss says so, then welcome. Make yourself at home in the temporary camp of the Pilgrims of the World Wound. But why did you attack our brothers? Well, Woljiff, why did we attack our brothers? Because the chief sometimes has these fits of insanity and battle rage. It is a blessing from Lord Baphomet. The chief goes crazy. He goes crazy and gets twice as strong as normal. But if the blessing kicks in at the wrong moment, well, that's just bad luck for you. I've had to get away from that crazed chief a few times, so I know what I'm talking about. The cultist casts a weary glance at your weapons, but passes no remark. It's good that the Crescent of the Abyss, our beacon in the darkness, and our oracle has resolved this misunderstanding. Relax, friends, and after, if you wish, you may join our pilgrimage. Woljiff fled, but even a tiefling sleeper. Okay. Woljiff clearly staged his performance for a reason, but how is he planning to explain all of this? Yes, exactly. Woljiff waiting for you next to the altar, warily wiping the sweat from his brow. Whew! Thought I was done for. I could feel it in my tail that they were going to kill me. If you ain't a sight for sore eyes, Chief. When I heard that the gargoyles hadn't gotten you, and that you were running the show up in Dresden now, I can't tell you how happy that made me. But that night it all happened, I tell you, I was so scared I couldn't see straight. I wandered around, wondering if my chief and the rest of the gang were lying in an open field with their eyes pecked out, Woljiff sighs. Even my conscience prickled a little, thinking about how I ran. But when you look at it from my side, what else was I supposed to do? The actual paladins were getting cut down left, right, and center. And then the pilgrims of the world wound tell me that Dresden has been reclaimed, that there's a new commander called Joseph Starfyre. Well, I said to myself, there can't be two demon slaying dynamos with that name. It must be you. So I cut my way through the circles around Dresden, and I waited for you to come out. At one point I got so desperate I almost went right up to the city walls, but I thought better of it. Although an arrow in the skull would be a sight better than running for fear in Votiel. Woljiff sucks in his breath and keeps talking in a in a rush, like he's afraid you'll turn around and walk out. Do you know Votil? I don't either. But I remember the name because of what my brother Melrune yelled in the basement that time. I'm gonna tell Haps of Marath and Votil or something like that. Anyway, my shadow told me that Votil is that demon, and I should be scared of him because he's after the moon of the abyss. But the shadow's a whole other story. But if you want to know why I haven't just come to Dresden, I need your help. It's a matter of life and death, Chief. Slow down, you're not making any sense. What's going on here? Woljiff lets out a breath. Okay, I'll shut up. I mean, I won't shut up, but ask me what you want to know and I'll tell you. What was that? That was my cunning plan, Chief. Woljiff's tail is whipping back and forth so fast it's a blur. Pretending to be a cultist of Baphomet? Good thinking. But why did you ask me to do it? You got the crux of it, Chief. We have a secret mission here. See, to save the life of a good man. In other words, me. Well, not just me, but I'll definitely die too. If these guys see something they don't like. I'll be on the altar next to the poor sap before you can say, Hail Baphomet. Why did you run the night we fought the gargoyles? Run? Me? I fought 'em. I did. You should have seen me. I got one right in the nose, sent its arse over a tea kettle, and it flew off. I've gotten into scrapes a fair few times before. Been caught by surprise in the dead of the night more times than I can count. So that's why I leapt up quick as anything, grabbed my knives, and, well, of course I made a run for it. What else was I going to do? I'm just a thief, a city boy. I don't go toe-to-toe with demons. Sure, I said I'll help you and all, but that was before. I didn't sign up for nighttime gargoyle attacks. That kind of idiot, what kind of idiot attacks in the middle of the night? I thought war would keep more civilized hours, to be honest. Wrong again. So apologies, Chief, but I always end up on the winning side. It's just my nature. You and your lot in the camp that night did not have the look of victory with you. And it's not like I'd have been much help. If a gargoyle snatched me in its claws, of course I decided to run. And run I did. What's your relationship with the Baphomet cultists? Woljiff looks pensive. It's complicated. It's a story of unrequited love. Really, they love me. And all I think about is how to get away from them and save my own skin. How did you end up with the cultists? Same way I end up anywhere. I was walking and walking, and then there I was. Here I was. Oh, I should mention at this point, my shadow, you know it, well, it started talking. At first, I was so scared. I thought there was someone growling behind me. But then I listened closely, and it was my shadow. I only got out a few words, but I heard the name Votil, and I learned that he's a demon, and that he wants my moon of the abyss for some reason. And then I learned which direction he was looking for me in. When I heard that, I turned around and went the other way. I'm not an idiot. Those pilgrims of the world wound clubbed me around the head, and I woke up, and they were already dragging me to the altar. I said to one of them, Brothers, don't drag me to the altar. I have a proposition for you. One you won't want to miss. But they paid no attention and kept dragging me. In the end, I had to show them my party trick, or party piece. They saw my shadow and dropped to their knees just like that. I fed them a line about how I can speak directly to Baphomet through it, and they lapped it right up. That's why I'm still alive. You said your shadow's been talking to you. Is that right? Not just any shadow, my shadow, my special shadow. After I spent a while running around the world wound scared out of my wits, it suddenly crept out and whispered in this distant sounding voice, Votiel, North, Fear, Votiel. And the name was familiar because that's what Brother Merlin yelled out, and I put two and two together. This Votiel was in the north, and I needed to make sure he didn't find me. Bit by bit, I got the shadow to tell me that Votiel was a demon, and that he was looking for the moon of the abyss. Who knows why? By the way, I have a couple thoughts of my own on the moon. I'll tell you about them once we're out of this mess. Remind me why I shouldn't just kill all these cultists here and now. Because, Woljiff looks around and lowers his voice in a conspiratorial whisper, they will still be useful to us. If you decide to help me, and thanks for not trying to kill him as soon as you got here, by the way, their leader is a nervous sort. He would have definitely stabbed the lad on the altar if you'd caused a fuss. They think if they perform all these sacrifices, Baphomet's going to appear and hand out power spells like candy. What do you want from me? In a nutshell, Chief, I've got a bit of a situation here. One wrong move and I'm a goner. The demon Votiel is in the vicinity somewhere. A good man has suffered. The cultists are animals. I just want to get out of this and make Votiel back off. But without you, I've got no chance. Help me. I won't forget it as long as I live. Who is Votiel? All I know is that he's a demon that sent Brother Merlin to get the moon of the abyss. Now that I have the moon, Votiel's after me. I'm already tired of running from him. He's going to catch me soon. I can feel it. What part are the cultists playing in your plan? Woljiff glances around, making sure you're not overheard. Do you know why they call themselves the Pilgrims of the World Wound? Because they're itching to meet big-name demons like Baphomet. It's like they're on a pilgrimage. So that got me thinking. Since they listen to me, we can lead them to Votiel and mess with their heads a bit. Say that Baphomet's been calling them nasty names and let the cultists fight Votiel for us. It'll be a riot. Cultists helping us take on a demon. Well, what do you think? What good man are you talking about? Me, of course. Woljiff folds his arm. I'm a prisoner here, you know. And I suppose there's also the other fella, Duval, the one who's tied up. I kind of owe him one. I made a dumb mistake, and now he's paying for it. Now, don't get me wrong, I couldn't care less about the guy. He got himself into this mess. Except if it wasn't for me, they maybe wouldn't have caught him in the first place. These pilgrims kept asking me, will we have to wait long for the favors of Lord Baphomet? As though just because I have my shadow, I should know. What am I? Some kind of demon whisperer? I just put on a kind of knowing air and say to them, do as you have been doing, and the favors will come. They took that to mean that they needed to keep cutting people up at the altar. I tried to put them off the idea, but they didn't listen. I acted like I was discussing things with my shadow and kept trying to hold them off, saying the stars weren't in alignment, that raining eyeballs was a bad omen. I'd run out of ideas just before you showed up, Chief. I was already considering just letting him do it. He was a crusader, after all. You know, demons would probably get him in the end anyways. It's not my fault that's how they do things. It was either him or me. Woljiff sighs and turns away, his tail twitching from side to side agitatively. There is one way to get both of us out, but I can't manage it on my own. I need your help. All right, I'll help you deal with Votiel. Woljiff's face lights up, and the tip of his tail dances through the air. I always knew you were a special sort, Chief. Let's go break his horns off. We need to go to a patch of scrubland by a bend in the river. It's not far, I'll show you. Nothing interesting about the place at all, but that's where I was when my shadow came out and started pushing me back the other way. It said that Votil would find me easily there, and he'd swoop in and tear me limb from limb as soon as I popped up. I wasn't long turning away from that place, I tell you. Scrub land by the bend in the river has been revealed. There's just one other thing. We need to round up my lackeys and send them off on an errand. While they're gone, we can free the prisoner. No point in leaving him here to be bored stiff, right? Listen up, brothers, sisters. The shadow has spoken. It says that a demon will come to a secret place, a wasteland where there are almost no trees left next to the bend in the river. Once we passed by there, but we took a wrong turn and didn't find it. At least he gives us time to read. That's a lot of these games skip over these parts faster. Glorious day! Before we set off, I say we make a sacrifice. Uh, I say let's hold off on the sacrificing. There's there's a wasting and demons are busy, you know. Leave your things and go. I must meditate before such an event, and when I'm all meditated out, I'll come and summon the demon to you. Well, that worked. Commander, a moment of your time. Devil, the young crusader, cautiously gets to his feet, unable to believe that he's finally free. At last the day has come when those odious faces will no longer be looming over me. The cultists hid my weapons and armor somewhere. I'll find them and then take my leave of this place forever. They're over there with the rest of the stolen stuff. I made sure they didn't go walkies in the night. I hoped you'd make it out of this somehow. Thanks to your efforts, Woljiff. Go, time is of the essence. If there's a demon hunting you, better to lure it into a trap and strike first. Who are you? Crusader bows. Devon Gwenvire, at your service. Nobleman, crusader, and only surviving member of my unit. What are you planning to do now? Find my armor and weapons, find something to eat, and then leave this place as quickly as possible. The crusader looks ahead with grim determination. Perhaps I will die in the wound, but I will die with a sword in my hands, not like an animal at the slaughterhouse. And if I do make it out, I shall build a temple in Iomede's honor in my hometown. You're rich enough to build a temple if you fancy it. You were complaining that your parents didn't give you enough money. I think we have slightly different conceptions of what counts as enough money. In any case, money is no longer a concern of mine. My life and my legacy belong to the goddess who sent you and the commander to my aid. How did you end up here? Crusader's eyes stare in the distance. Solely through my own foolishness. Because of my inability to fight like a man, I thought the crusade would be the best way to make my mark on history. I dreamt of glory, of the respect that would be otherwise denied me as the third son of a noble family. When an officer laughed at my skills and called me an ignorant interloper, how right he was. Reading is hard. Fate has a twisted sense of humor. My more experienced comrades died on this cursed place, one after another, but I survived. There were only 5 of us left in the end. Our hubris was gone. We were jumping at every shadow, and we still weren't cautious enough. I was the only one who survived after we were attacked in the night. I should have realized what was happening when the lookout went missing. All right, then. Farewell. Good luck. May Iomede keep you. Keep you? Keep you. All right, so we need Woljiff. We need to level Woljiff up. Rogue talent. Throw gain experience. She learns a number of talents that aid her and confound her foes. Okay. Dexterity, that makes total sense for a rogue. Alright, keeping Balin up his skills. Weapon focus dagger. I hate weapon focuses, but you know he uses daggers a lot, so. Dispel magic, that'll come in handy. Lightning bolt, sweet. Level 9, danger sense. Keep leveling up same skills, that's good. Greater 2-weapon fighting, now that makes sense because he fights with 2 weapons. And fireball. Spells. Let's take a... Let's take another magic missile. I don't use the spells a lot, but I need to use them more often than I do. Let's do Scorching Ray. Dispel Magic, because they do that, help with Dominate Mind. Grab a slow, we'll grab 2 of them. 2 fireballs. And 2 lightning bolts. And his mythic. 2-weapon fighting mythic. Nice. With weapons in both hands, your deft strikes make you twice as deadly. Reducing that. That's nice. Alright. Let's kind of check out the area. The large stone with candles is covered with Baphomet symbols. It seems that cultists use it as an altar. The stone throne that the cultists erected for Woljiff does not look very comfortable. Oh, Woljiff's got another mythic upgrade. Don't automatically miss on a roll of 1. That's fine. Alright.
Let's move.
That's masterwork. Let's take all of it. Freedom at last! And I don't know what I shall do with it. Loot, take those. Come on. Take those. Cold Iron Masterwork Heavy Crossbow, we'll take that. Cold Iron Masterwork Mace, we'll take that.
Follow me.
There he goes. Saw all those failed perception tests. Make sure there's nothing else on this map. And I did that. Yep, let's get out of here. Alright, let's see where this other scar. Said north, but I'm just gonna check. Way up there. All right. So we got a ways to go to get to that one as well. Let's keep heading to Green Gates, I think. That bypasses Green Gates. Let's enter Green Gates. Well, this doesn't look too pleasant here at all. All right, we got a pretty big map. We're not quite at that hour, but with the time of the day it is, I actually have to go to work soon, so we're going to call this one a little bit early. Stop here right at Green Gates. We'll start up with Green Gates on the next one. Thanks again for watching. I do appreciate it. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Tell your friends about me, whatever you need to do. I appreciate all of that stuff. I have been Sir Joseph. You have been awesome. Stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you next time.